Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Parami app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free Radio Parami app. Download it now.
On from building nuclear weapons. President Trump will not go to Turkey like he intended he could to join ceasefire talks between Russia and Ukraine. Its President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived a few hours ago, but Russian leader Vladimir Putin's a no-show.
He's the only Moscow representative President Zelensky is prepared to talk to directly, so it appears these long-awaited negotiations will for now happen at a lower level. It's not even clear what the timings are. Russian sources reportedly say the talks are today. The Ukrainians believe it's tomorrow. Critics of the Kremlin say all this suggests the Russians are not serious about peace.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. The new U.S. tariffs President Trump imposed on China and other countries will cost shoppers more at Walmart. The giant retailer says after profit dropped in the first quarter, it'll raise some prices because of tariff costs. America's listening to Fox News.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
For a third day, an ex-girlfriend of Sean, Diddy Combs, will testify at the rapper and music producer's federal trial in New York City.
When Cassie Ventura returns to the stand, defense attorney Mark Agnifilo said infidelity will be the focus of his line of questioning, telling the media there are text messages that show she was unfaithful to Combs. During the prosecution's direct examination, details of the end of the relationship were disclosed. Ventura said it led her to rehab and therapy and to sue Combs alleging years of rape and abuse. That suit was settled for $20 million. Also on Wednesday, the judge and jury saw images of the freak-off parties. Combs is on trial accused of sex trafficking and racketeering. He's pleaded not guilty. In New York City, Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, we are seeing stock futures falling more than 100 points for the Dow and the NASDAQ. In the NBA playoffs, the Minnesota Timberwolves advance to the Western Conference Finals, knocking out Golden State with a 121-110 Game 5 win. Boston beat New York 127-102, so the defending champion Celtics stay alive, forcing a Game 6 with the Knicks. On the ice, overtime drama.
Sets up Nurse, shoots, save made by Hill. He does a snow angel in the blue paint. It's on the goal line, score! It's over. The series
Kasperi Kapanen won it for Edmonton on ESPN. The Oilers shut out Vegas 1-0 to advance to the NHL Western Conference Final. The defending champion Florida Panthers beat Toronto 6-1 to take a 3-2 series lead. Golf's next major tournament, the PGA Championship, underway at Quail Hollow in North Carolina.
Rory McIlroy will try to win his second major of the season following his victory at the Masters to capture his career Grand Slam, becoming just the 6th golfer ever to do so. And while he's had the most success at Quail Hollow in his career, he is not the betting favorite.
So that's Fox's Tony Genualdo. Scotty Scheffler's the favorite. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's all-American truck headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. It's News Radio for South Texas. Show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Thank you much for waking up with us. Join us at Radio Parami. Look for that free app and use your smart device to tune in. Amazon building a new delivery station at Brownsville. Amazon had purchased 13 acres on FM 511 a few weeks back, did not announce what they were doing with the property until this week. So Amazon has already begun clearing the land for a 62,000 square foot facility. After about a month of negotiations, it appears that the logjam over school funding in Austin is finally clear.
After a month of negotiations between the House and Senate, House Bill 2, school funding, will be rolled out in a Senate committee this morning. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick calls the result a masterpiece of school finance.
It's prioritizing teachers. They're going to be paid more money than they've ever been paid before in Texas. It prioritizes kids' special needs and school safety.
It's an $8 billion investment in public schools. State House Speaker Dustin Burrows.
Largest amount of school finance in history that's actually classroom dollars. This is real money that's going to get to public education that's in need of it. And you look at the things that it does, it's the things that we identified were very important.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Other legislative efforts, lawmakers still moving forward with the effort to replace the STAR test.
The Texas House has passed a bill that would eliminate the STAR test in public schools. State Rep Brad Buckley says it would be replaced with shorter tests.
We have a beginning of the year, a middle of the year, and an end of the year model adopted.
That way, he says, teachers and parents can track progress, but the plan faces an uphill battle in the Senate, which gives the Texas Education Association more power to hold schools accountable.
Other news from Austin, a House bill requiring Texas hospitals to report how many illegal immigrants they are treating every year has failed in the Texas House. It was some parliamentary challenge from some Democrat lawmaker that killed it in the House. Governor Greg Abbott issued an executive order last year for hospitals in Texas to report on illegals among their patients. The House bill meant to codify that into law. Also, legislation that would limit out-of-state campaign contributions to state local races in Texas now has the approval in the Texas House. State representatives passed the bill on Wednesday, put a cap on out-of-state political donations to about $5,000 for a statewide race, $2,500 for a district office, and about $1,000 for a county office. And also in the Texas House, they have passed a Women's Bill of Rights. It codifies sex-based terms into law when it comes to state records, and a member of a group called Women to Women saying that it keeps biological men out of safe spaces like domestic violence shelters and school locker rooms. If the bill is signed by the governor, transgender individuals will not be allowed to augment birth certificates or driver's licenses. The time is 7:08 on News Talk 710 KURV. And a little bit after AccuWeather, let's see how lawmakers are moving forward with allowing you to distill several hundreds of gallons of moonshine. So there you go. They're prioritizing what's important, right, in Texas. It's AccuWeather time. AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordin joining us. I want to say thank you first to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. Man, it's hot out there. You make sure to keep your cattle safe. At Martin Farm and Ranch, they're a certified dealer for Purina liquid feed. If you stop by and pick some up, say hi to Dougie for us. Meteorologist Jeffrey Nordin joining us. Current conditions across South Texas. What you got, Jeffrey?
Well, it's hot. 80 in Brownsville, 79 in McAllen, 78 in Weslaco, and 79 in Edinburgh. Harlingen has turned off.
It melted already. Texas traveled the same, right? For same old, very hot.
More or less, yeah. But there is going to be a couple rounds of severe weather for Saturday and into Sunday, maybe even lasting Monday for Dallas coming up. That is going to give some relief from the heat for them. Houston missed out on all that. They're going to stay in the low to mid 90s, possibly even some spots getting to the upper 90s. San Antonio dry today and tomorrow with temps in the triple digits to upper 90s. They will be expecting some stronger thunderstorms pushing through in spots on Saturday, meaning basically spotty thunderstorms.
Okay, any change to the long-range forecast for us? Or are we still waiting for another week and a half of
At this point, we're still going to be in the mid to upper 90s, low 100s, all the way through, I'm going to say Wednesday, and then Thursday, there's a possibility of a shower, and the temperature does go down to the low to upper 90s. Later in the week, Friday and Saturday next week, we actually could see the 80s return.
There you go, Freddie. You don't have to take a shower till next Wednesday, Freddie. I think it's what it's going to be rather gamey around here. Let's see what's on the menu for today. National Chocolate Chip Day. Oh, that's good. All by
Yes, it is.
dark chocolate.
Well, you have to eat it quick because it's going to melt.
Yeah. And this heat. And now that we have all this heat, let's see. Today would be. Oh man, I should have gotten some cookie dough. This would have been the perfect day to
throw it on the cement.
No. Put it like on one of those pans, baking pans. Put some. Put some cookie dough in there and stick it inside the truck. See what happens all day long. At least the truck will smell real nice, right? Delicious when you get in there.
It'll also attract some other non-welcoming visitors.
Like what?
Animals,
ants.
Ants. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to leave the window down.
That doesn't matter. They'll crawl through the cracks.
Keep it all sealed up. All right. AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine on 710 KURV. Yeah, nice warm start to the day. It's upper 70s, low 80s. And highs today should be up to 107 in the Western Valley. The time is 7:11 on News Talk 710 KURV. There are over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the country despite having final orders for deportation. Comments from acting ICE Director Todd Lyons saying that they are prioritizing finding these individuals. They're looking for the worst of the worst.
However, during our investigations, when we are out in the communities, should we encounter someone that has a final order, ICE is going to uphold their sworn duty.
Earlier this week, they made big headlines out of Houston. They said that they deported more than 500 individuals and arrested more than 400 suspected illegal aliens, part of a big operation in Southeast Texas. Authorities say that some of these had extensive criminal records. Some had homicide or child sex abuse convictions. It's 7:12 on the Valley's Morning News. There's no doubt of Florida. Those working to protect undelivered babies have a legal victory in Florida. An appeals court ruling that allowing minors to get abortions without parental consent is not constitutional. The judges say that it violates parents' due process rights. Also out of Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis saying that his Florida Highway Patrol can now arrest illegals independently of the federal government. A copy of the Magna Carta that's been sitting at Harvard University at their library for 80 years. It turns out to be one of the originals from 1300. There were some folks that were fishing around from Britain looking at some of the records at Harvard. They did an analysis and found that was one of the original copies of the 7 copies of the Magna Carta. The university purchased this parchment for $27 back in 1946. This thing is probably worth millions, they say. And distilling up to 200 gallons of moonshine at home would finally be legal thanks to Texas lawmakers.
It's House Bill 2278, and it would overturn current state law prohibiting the distilling of spirits for personal use. State Rep. Giovanni Capriglione authored it.
When the federal court overturned the law, the state law still remains in effect. And so all we're doing is removing the state law and making it consistent with wine and beer production as well.
Personal wine and beer production also capped at 200 gallons per year. State Rep. James Frank questioned Capriglione on the bill.
Will this, in fact, allow you to have 100 bottles of beer on your wall?
Maybe 99.
The Texas House approved the bill by the vote of 115 to 24. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Yeah, I'm doing our chief engineer around here, Steve Smith, a favor. This story only affects him. I think he's the only one in the Valley affected by this. 200 gallons of moonshine you can now produce it at your house. The time is 7:15. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. And we head back to UTRGV. This time looking at advanced manufacturing research and the effort to raise our university to a Tier 1 research level. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Give your liver the support it needs with Active Liver. Go to NORDICUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. New you, new Nordic.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. and he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The 710 KURV People Poll, made possible by Total Imaging Solutions. Their customers have 99.3% of problems fixed within 4 hours.
Join the Radio United team. We are looking for a junior marketing consultant for our stations in the RGV. Are you passionate, competitive, and love communication? This is your chance to be part of our marketing team. Requirements: minimum 1 year of experience in outside sales, communication and negotiation skills, valid driver's license, bilingual preferred, legally authorized to work in the United States, and a few more. Send your resume today to humanresources@radiounited.com. Radio United is an equal opportunity employer.
Brian Kilmeade here, inviting you to tune in weekday mornings starting at 9 for The Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
We invite you to tune in, get all the day's morning's news program, all the reports. Radio Para Mí. Download that free app. Join us for Astros baseball tonight. It's a 4-game series, right? 4-game series against the Rangers. So the Astros will be in the Dallas area. 6:35 pregame tonight. Astros versus the Texas Rangers. Made possible by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Big thank you as well to the Mission Economic Development Office. We go back to our university, UTRGV, our guest today. And of course, you can join us also, especially the 7 o'clock hour of the morning news on KURV. We do 710 KURV X Live, 710 KURV YouTube Live, Facebook Live as well. See all the video. And we welcome back to the program Dr. John Sagen. He is Senior Vice President for Research and Dean of our Graduate College at UTRGV. And the topic is rather salient, looking at all the manufacturing that's coming to the area at Lightspeed. Man, we're definitely going to need the work from the Advanced Manufacturing Research Facility. There was a big celebration on this new facility a few days back. Dr. Sagen, explain to working people right now, everybody driving around town, what is this Advanced Manufacturing Research Facility that we definitely need right now with this expanding economy in the Valley?
Thank you, Sergio. So Advanced Manufacturing Research Facility is a 14,000 square feet high bay, industry grade, basically a test kitchen, if you will. We have industry grade machine tools, including from robotics and all kinds of automation tools that can be used by industry, but at the same time, it's available for our students, for faculty, for research, for workforce development, training. So that's where we can actually put different kinds of combination of systems and do a variety of different integration type work for high-tech manufacturing industry. I think is very essential for our region.
Are you working with anyone in industry, any companies specifically that are asking you to run some tests, do some research?
We have several, but the way we basically build this infrastructure is to select some general purpose machine tools that can be applicable to a variety of different industries. That includes from Department of Defense to automotive to space to small, medium-sized companies. The portfolio of equipment that we have includes those industry-grade controllers from computer numerical control type controllers, robotic controllers, programmable logic controllers. So regardless of the brand name, the know-how that we have put into this building will be applicable to more than one industry. So that was the purpose.
And so how much work do you think we might be doing with our neighbor Elon Musk at SpaceX? Because his facility is at around 3,500 people. I got the county judge and EDC people all over the place saying, yeah, watch SpaceX. They're going to be at 7,000 people, maybe 10,000 people. They got propulsion systems and engines and chemical engineering things that need to be ironed out, and all sorts of motors and doodads that go into these rockets. Do you think we might develop a closer working relationship with them? I mean, they're in town, and here we got the university. We can help out.
I think so, and we already have actually a working relationship with SpaceX in a lot of different areas, but specifically when it comes to manufacturing, from rocket design to production planning, scheduling, control, we have similar equipment in our AMRF facility in order to collaborate with SpaceX, definitely. So that can be in the form of applied R&D, that can be in the form of workforce development training. So we're looking forward to opening up the facility to such collaborations that will actually bring industry more than large scale, but also small scale companies to our region.
When you were mentioning all these things for the machinery, the telemetry, all these bells and whistles that you have at the Advanced Manufacturing Research Facility, just standard training for them, I was thinking Maquilas. Boy, this is a perfect fit for all the work with manufacturing and assembly line and Maquilas and machinery and robotics. And I know Elon Musk, going back to Elon Musk, he's got his own robotics thing that he's doing there as well. I think at 14,000 square feet, I think you're going to need a lot bigger facility. Are there already plans to maybe expand what you're doing there at AMRF, the Advanced Manufacturing Research Facility?
Yes, actually, that's one of our centers of excellence. The second one that will be coming up soon is what's known as the CES building, and it's going to be our Workforce, Economy, Research, and Community, WERC, work complex. And that's going to be another equivalent square footage, but will be much more focused on workforce development, business development, small business support. So basically, if you think about basic to applied research in the AMRF, it'll transition into the other facility for actually more business assistance.
Okay, tell me the workforce. What that acronym? What was it?
Yeah, so we renamed that as Workforce, Economy, Research, Community, WERC complex. So we call it Work Complex.
Well, speaking of work, it sounds to me like maybe this could be something that will be used by the state workforce office to maybe help out with the curriculum and get a pipeline of workers in for, I don't know, computer chip manufacturing or.
Yeah. So in terms of, especially in electronics and semiconductors, we actually have manufacturing capability in the AMRF using additive manufacturing and the assembly process for semiconductors. So when you have that technology, you can build a curriculum around it, which includes our partnerships with, for instance, Society of Manufacturing Engineers. They have a full Tooling U library. And we also have several partners within the region that we can work together in order to make the region stronger and create more economic impact. Our goal should be high-tech, advanced technologies, not low-paying jobs. So we need to create that core capability that attracts these different companies as part of supply chain. They're across the border as well. But if you think about the supply chain disruptions, what kind of capabilities do we need on the U.S. side? We have to be strategic enough to invest on those technologies to attract companies to the region.
Dr. John Sagen is Senior Vice President for Research at UTRGV, also Dean of the Graduate College at UTRGV. So these engineers in the making that are working with all these tools and equipment, what is the name of what type of degrees are we talking about that they will be receiving in a couple of years, 2-3 years? The sheepskins, what's the name on them? Because I would imagine these engineers we get to keep near future and send them over to everything from, I don't know, LNG or computer chip manufacturing, which we know is on the way, and likely at Brownsville, and SpaceX and all the different and suppliers to SpaceX and aerospace. But what type of degrees are we talking about that they wind up with?
So we have primarily engineering and computer science related degrees. So if you think about our College of Engineering and Computer Science, manufacturing, industrial engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, software engineering, computer science, because all of these high-tech tools and gadgets, they always come with different layers of software, including AI applications. So it's becoming more and more difficult to separate out where one discipline ends and the other one starts. So this building that we have, AMRF, is actually going to provide that multidisciplinary platform where these different disciplines can actually experience. So it's part of our experiential learning approach at UTRGV.
How involved are you, your people, your media team, with that UTRGV Georgia Tech collaboration, $3 million collaboration for AI and other problems that I was told by one of your colleagues that we'll be sending a university team to Georgia Tech, right, to participate.
That's correct.
Problems. So how involved are you with it?
So the two faculty members who are actively working with Georgia Tech, one of them is Dr. James Lee on the manufacturing side, and then the other one is Dr. Konstantin Taravny on the railway safety, both amazing faculty members of the College of Engineering and Computer Science. We have a very strong connection with them. So the Georgia Tech faculty members, researchers were with us during the ribbon cutting. So part of the manufacturing work, we have some AI applications, and the other grant where Dr. Taravny is working on, that's another AI. And within UTRGV, we're actually looking at an umbrella approach to this.
That is amazing. So wonderful to be talking about these career pathways for our kids at the university, because those high-paying jobs, engineering, mechanical, aerospace, computer, AI, all those big jobs, man, we're about easily maybe 3, 5, 6 years away from seeing a lot of this, even in traditional fuels like liquefied natural gas and all the permanent jobs out there. We're about 5, 6 years away to get a lot of these jobs. Like right now, a lot of our kids being employed in the construction sector. We got, people that are making the LNG plant, people participating in cutting steel, welding steel for Elon Musk and making his rockets, but it's the higher paid jobs. And we got a great engineering program at the university that I hope and pray will be feeding into that. And also at the same time, lifting the university. And I want to get a final comment from you on this, on how you and your colleagues and your students are lifting UTRGV to that expected Tier 1 research. I hope I said it right, that Tier 1 research designation for the entire university. So explain to me how that's coming along.
So we are on our path to become an R1, Tier 1 research university in the next Carnegie cycle, which is going to be announced in 2028. But the way the data flows into that, we have a target of roughly 410 days, and I'm literally counting days on this one, where we submit performance data, and we are on our way to become an R1. But most importantly, becoming R1 is just a label, but what you do with that is important. Our biggest export from the region is the talent that we create, because they cannot find jobs and they leave the region. And this is a one-way flow. And the students we have, amazing students, their preference is to stay here with the family, in their community. So it's our job to make sure through these designations, technology, anything we put together, we need to make sure we empower the community so our students stay in the region, they add value to the region, so that we're not known as the economically disadvantaged and the low-income students and all that. So that's the mission, the bottom line.
It's great to hear. All this is being prepared to make sure our kids take those jobs. When we know they're on the way, all these big jobs and great paying jobs and engineering-based type jobs. Dr. Sajjan, continued success. Thank you for your time today. Please call us back, as I know your operations and your academic performance, your academic programs are expanding at the engineering school. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
He's the Dean of our Graduate College and Senior Vice President of Research at UTRGV, Dr. John Sajjan. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Join us at Radio Panami. Download that free app. Check of News, the service of Edinburgh Consolidated Independent School District, along with UTRGV. Their collegiate high school enrolling freshman and sophomore classes. It's open enrollment valley-wide. Number to call, 956-289-2300. You're buying so much stuff from Amazon, they need a building here in South Texas. Amazon will be setting up shop at Brownsville. The company has already begun clearing land for a 62,000 square foot facility. Live cattle imports from Mexico have been blocked by the U.S. due to a flesh-eating parasite. They've reported about 1,400 outbreaks in Mexico, some in northern Mexico. The ban will continue month to month. And seems like the new Mission Impossible movie is going to be really good. 62-year-old Tom Cruise was at the Cannes Film Festival, got a 5-minute standing ovation after everyone enjoyed the new Mission Impossible movie. It hits theaters on May 23rd. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV, your station for Astros baseball. Check of sports up next. For many, many years, I've been talking about my friend Dale Johnson, top commercial roofing pro in this region. Thank you, all of y'all who own buildings and manage properties. Thank you for calling in. Went out there, did an awesome job. And I was able to continue for many years talking about my friend Dale Johnson. Well, because he delivered. He's a stickler when it comes to keeping you happy, the business owner, the property owner. Superior customer service, that is his culture. That's his DNA. And he found folks that provided new services, expanded services, and those amazing warranties that you expect and that you need. He found Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Talked with him for many, many months and has brought these good folks down here. My friend Dale Johnson, his entire team, locking arms, joining forces, introducing Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. That's the company you should be calling. Right now, get ready for tropical season. Check all your commercial sites. Make sure everything's up to speed. You got a new project? Yeah, you need to trust Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, just like my friend Dale Johnson does. With all those new expanded services, that we haven't seen before, those valued warranties, cutting-edge technology on roof installation and repair, and, of course, advanced waterproofing solutions. For your business, all those commercial sites, and even your homes. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing is at 956-566-6822. The website, chamberlainltd.com.
Pain management specialist, Dr. Dennis Slavin, on joint pain.
Our website is feelingbetteratLast.com because that's what people say as they leave my office. They really are feeling better at last. Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Slavin with some sound advice on achy joints. You need to get your walk in or hit the golf course, or with every step you take, it hurts. Oftentimes I hear from patients, my knees hurt and I can't do what I want. I don't want surgery and I don't get adequate pain relief with pain medication. They feel stuck with their knee pain. There is another option besides surgery or pain meds. Sodium hyaluronate treatments. The way it describes this treatment to patients is like it's WD-40 for the knee. The sodium hyaluronate is a natural lubricant that also stimulates your knee joint to produce its own lubricant, and when precisely injected with ultrasound guidance, provides superb pain relief.
With offices in McAllen and Weslaco, Dr. Dennis Slavin is only a phone call away, and many say it's the best call they've ever made. Call 956-973-0565. 973-0565.
Stop by Hess Fitness Products at 3501 North 10th Street in McAllen, where you can touch and feel the difference of fitness equipment that's designed to move with a human body. Equipment you'll look forward to using in your next workout. For over 44 years, Hess has handpicked the best manufacturer with the best warranties in the industry. They've got experienced fitness consultants. Edgar Santana, store manager, and his team can help you select the right equipment for your body type and your goals. Hess Fitness Products. Go to HessFitness.com. Look better, feel better, do more.
Later tonight, it's a Texas showdown, y'all, as your Houston Astros visit the Texas Rangers. First pitch at 7:05. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Rangers and Astros are both heading into the Silver Boot Series, coming off wins as the Astros top the Royals in comeback fashion 4-3.
Here's the 0-2. Pena lifts this one over the head of Garcia and into left field. Dubon racing around third. Waters double clutches, throws to second. It's an RBI single for Pena, and the Astros have come back to take a 4-3 lead. Pena 4 for 4.
That Jeremy Pena RBI single was the difference in that game. The Rangers swept the Rockies after their 8-3 win last night, making it 5 straight for Texas. It will be Jacob deGrom versus Hunter Brown in Game 1 between these two teams. First pitch is tonight at 7:05. I'm Jacob Ray, and this has been your TSN Sports Minute.
The Timberwolves knocked out the Warriors in 5, advanced to the Western Conference Finals for a second straight year. The Celtics hit 22 threes, live to play another game after beating the Knicks to avoid elimination. The NFL schedule finally out. Week 1 matchups include Chargers battling the Chiefs in Brazil. Bills take on the Ravens on Sunday Night Football in Baltimore. Super Bowl rematch between the champion Eagles and Chiefs Week 2 in KC. Oilers beat the Golden Knights in overtime to advance to the West Finals. The Panthers, 3 goals in the second, 2 in the third, peppered the Maple Leafs, take a 3-2 series lead. And the PGA Championship tees off this morning in Charlotte. Jordan Spieth looking to complete the career Grand Slam. That's sports. I'm Ronza Moss.
AccuWeather says highs today up to 107 in the Western Valley. Yikes. I think we can fry an egg on the pavement or maybe bake some cookies inside your vehicle. 107 Western Valley today. Oh, and then we cool down to 102 tomorrow, Freddie. Nice and fresh. Yeah. Right now, temperatures 80 at Starbase, Brownsville. 79, 70 at Harlingen and McAllen. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. Let's see if they've updated these numbers. So stand by for updates from Yankton Customs. Let's see here. 20, 30 minutes at the Hidalgo Bridge. Same thing at FAR. And we still need an update for the Brownsville bridges. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We strongly encourage that you discover us online. The app is called Radio Para Mi. You download it and find us, 710 KURV. We got business news and a check of your money up next.
Ready, set, shop. The McAllen Shop Hop will change the way you shop this spring with citywide offers, discounts, and freebies at every McAllen Shop Hop store. Find new looks for you and your home, from new spring styles to gifts, flowers, gear, and more. Start by following Visit McAllen's social media to see the map of McAllen Shop Hop stores. Then check Visit McAllen accounts daily for clues to win free items, discounts, and more when you visit McAllen Shop Hop stores. Win a stay or day passes to pools at McAllen's best hotels. Win free premium beauty and spa services for yourself or someone special's prom, graduation, or Mother's Day. Or win $1,000 shopping spree at a McAllen Shop Hop store. Brought to you by the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, the City of McAllen, and Sylvia's, QB's, Mariposa, M Crowns, Bonita Flowers, Edible Arrangements, Nothing Bundt Cakes, and more. Do the McAllen Shop Hop April through June on Visit McAllen's social media accounts and visitmcallen.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
The City of McAllen is thrilled to offer your business an opportunity to apply for a matching grant of up to $15,000. The Refresh 50/50 grant was designed with your business in mind. Apply for the Refresh 50/50 grant to upgrade your storefront with improvements like new paint, signage, landscaping, art, lights, doors, and more. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity and apply today at www.refresh5050.com. The Refresh 50/50 grant is brought to you by the City of McAllen. Hablamos Español.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Republicans in the House Ways and Means Committee have advanced President Trump's economic package, including trillions of dollars in tax breaks. The bill includes a provision that would eliminate federal income tax on money earned from tips. President Trump said he told Apple CEO Tim Cook that he does not want the tech giant building its products in India. Trump said, quote, "I had a little problem with Tim, and I don't want him building in India." Apple has been ramping up production in India with the aim of making around 25% of global iPhones in the country in the next few years as it looks to reduce reliance on China. An intergovernmental grouping of 21 economies, including the United States and China, have warned that their collective growth risks a sharp slowdown as trade policy and tariff tensions weigh uncertainty. The Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation forecasts growth to drop to 2.6% in 2025. That's down from 3.6% in the year earlier. Futures are moderately lower. That's your money now.
AccuWeather says hot, 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 up to 107 in the Western Valley. Triple digits, pretty much everyone else. You need to cool off. The cool spot should be at the beach, mid-90s at South Padre, of course, nearby over at Star Base. Windy as well, winds up to 25 miles per hour. We got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes on the morning news, News Talk 710 KURV. Join us at Radio Panami. Download that free app and join us on your smart device. Fox News up next on the Valley's Morning News.
Nothing helps your children with life more than confidence. Confidence is what they need to excel in school, in sports, and even on the playground. And where does that confidence start? Right in your own backyard. At Backyards Unlimited, our big redwood tree frog play systems aren't just swing sets. They're confidence builders. Imagine your child conquering a rock wall or mastering the monkey bars. That feeling, it carries over into how they play, how they learn, and how they interact with other children. For a toddler, that rock wall isn't just fun. It's teaching balance, motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and critical thinking. Every climb, swing, and hang is helping your child grow stronger inside and out. So what are you waiting for? Give your kids a head start in life by giving them a backyard full of possibilities. At Backyards Unlimited, we have every style of swing set imaginable to help your kids' imagination run wild. Backyards Unlimited on the expressway across from the Shrine in San Juan. Backyards Unlimited, where quality and service matter.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Payne Commercial and Fleet has work solutions ready to maximize productivity and economy for your business. Payne Commercial and Fleet offers sales and lease options, custom options, specialized maintenance plans, plus on-site appraisals. Come see our selection of Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Volkswagen, and Mitsubishi vehicles, including cars, trucks, SUVs, and heavy-duty trucks, vans, and cab chassis. We have what you want at PayneAutoGroup.com.
Locate to get us regardless.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
News and weather information at your fingertips.
No more browsing for no apparent reason. No more mindlessly surfing on our laptops.
Log on to KURV.com. News Talk 710 KURV.
Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. It is now May 15th. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. He's on standby, so highs today should be up to 107 Western Valley. And we throttle back about 5 or 6 degrees for tomorrow. Should be only a cool 102 for tomorrow. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez, injury attorney. Ready to fight for you? Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump's in the United Arab Emirates, visiting the country's largest mosque and the presidential palace. Before leaving Qatar, he tells troops stationed there at the largest U.S. base in the Middle East he wants to give them a raise.
My 2026 budget includes across the board. Maybe you don't want it. Look, for the good of the country, you don't have to take it. Pay raises for each and every one of you, substantial pay raises. but you don't have to take it.
He says nothing's going to happen with Ukraine until he and Russia's president get together. Ukraine's president is in Turkey on standby for talks. Vladimir Putin is not.
He's the only Moscow representative President Zelensky is prepared to talk to directly, so it appears these long-awaited negotiations will for now happen at a lower level. It's not even clear what the timings are.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Zelensky says Russia's lower-level delegation looks more like a theater prop than anything serious. America's listening to Fox News.
After about a month of negotiations, it appears that Senate Bill 2, funding for Texas schools, has finally cleared a logjam, and the legislation is moving forward with increases in pay for teachers. Drug overdose deaths in the country declining in the most recent report.
According to the CDC, there were 30,000 fewer drug overdose deaths in 2024, marking the largest one-year decline ever recorded. Experts say more research needs to be done to understand what drove the reduction, but they mention several possible factors, including increased availability of the overdose-reversing drug naloxone, expanded addiction treatment, and shifts in how people use drugs. However, annual overdose deaths are still higher than they were before the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Mark Mayfield.
In this medical report, men are twice as likely to die from what is called broken heart syndrome.
It's officially called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, a condition brought on by extreme stress or emotional distress. It can lead to shortness of breath, heart palpitations, and other cardiovascular symptoms. After looking over 4 years of data, researchers found the condition was fatal for men 11% of the time compared to around 5% for women. The reasons for the discrepancy aren't fully understood. Researchers suggested it might be related to hormonal differences. I'm Michael Kastner.
You know the song that I was thinking should have been used for this one instead of that other one? Don't break my heart. My egg can break your heart.
No. There needs to be a little bit more serious.
Okay.
But I just thought of something.
Yeah, go ahead.
What about all the Cowboy fans who had their heart broken over and over? Man.
Yeah.
Guys, it's just a game, man.
Yeah. Tienen callo.
Yeah.
They got a callus already. They don't feel. In fact, it's expected. Failure is expected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why.
So they're used to the heartbreak.
They're used to it already. Absolutely, yeah. Although, if you tell them that Jerry Jones is selling the team, then you'll get him all excited and whipped up, and maybe we might have some cardiac.
Maybe it'll be their year finally.
That's what it's going to take, though. The morning news on Newstalk 710 KURV. Join us on your smart device. Find the app. It's called Radio Para Mí.
Spotlight on your health. Brought to you by DHR Health.
From the DHR Health Heart Institute, board-certified, fellowship-trained, cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Victor Reese.
It's a pleasure to be at DHR Health, and it's a pleasure to be back in the Valley. I grew up in Brownsville, Texas. My dad, he was a primary practice physician in Brownsville for over 30 years. And it was always interesting running into my dad's patients in the community. They would stop me and say, "Hey, we love your dad. He helped save my loved one's life," the impact that my father had on his community. And I certainly wanted to be able to impact the community in a similar fashion. Ultimately, I chose to pursue a fellowship in cardiothoracic surgery. So a cardiothoracic surgery fellowship teaches you about the surgical treatment of disease in both the heart, the lung, and an area in the middle of the chest. You learn to do complex operations on the heart, replace heart valves, and even replace major parts of the arteries of the body. In addition, you also do thoracic surgery, and that involves removing tumors in the middle of the chest, lung cancers, esophageal cancer as well. I have an outpatient office, and I see patients on a weekly basis. One thing that I learned in medical school is that you have a finite amount of time to interact with patients. However, in cardiothoracic surgery, we're a very low volume specialty, which means I have very few patients and I get to spend a lot of time with them. DHR is a wonderful...
Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Para Mí app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free Radio Para Mí app. Download